Alright guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to clay bar your vehicle using a clay bar. That might sound a little weird, but you can now clay vehicles using clay alternatives. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to use this clay bar. The first thing you need to do is have a clean, dry working space. The next thing you should do is put your hand in a plastic baggie and feel the surface. And if you can hear or feel little bumps on the surface, that means that there's contaminants on the top of your surface, on the top of your paint. So we need to remove that using some sort of clay method. So in this video I'm using this clay, and it doesn't really matter what clay you use, like what brand. They're all relatively similar performing. However, what does matter is the fine grade or the medium grade. You have to use the least aggressive method that you can. And remember that you should never be claying your car when the surface is too hot. So now what I'm going to do is apply clay lube, which is my Ultima waterless wash, onto the surface. You need to have clay lube on the surface to minimize the chance of you marring your paint. Next, what you're going to do is take some of your fingers, put it on the back of the clay, and simply rub it against the surface. When claying a car, I like to use light pressure to remove the above surface contaminants off the paint. Using heavy pressure will be more likely to induce marring and scratching into the surface of the paint. So I like to use light pressure as I do the back and forth strokes and the up and down strokes to remove contaminants from the surface of the paint. Benefits to using a clay bar as opposed to using a clay alternative is that this gives you a better tactile sense of the surface of the car. In the previous videos, I ironed X'd this car, which actually helps remove surface contaminants as well as below surface iron contaminants, embedded iron particles in the paint. What that does when you clay means that there's going to be a lot less particulates on the car to remove. When you see the surface of your clay get a good amount of dirt, it's time to re-knead. Do you see these lines? That's the lines of dirt. This is one of the reasons why a clay alternative, in my opinion, is better than clay, because you don't have to do this. In a clay alternative, you just wash the surface off with some water or some clay lube. But with a clay bar, you're going to have to re-knead the clay. And I'm just squeezing it and bringing it back to a rectangular or circular shape, whichever is your preference. So I like a little squarish rectangle kind of shape. And after re-kneading it, you can see that there's no more dirt. Keep in mind that if your clay bar, you keep re-kneading it and it keeps still showing a dirty surface, it's time to use a brand new clay. One thing I forgot to mention is if you drop this, you have to throw it away. It is just too filthy and contaminated the moment it touches the ground. Remember, you are clay barring a clean car and still removing dirt out of it, still removing contaminants out of it. If this touches the ground, you need to replace it and go to a new one, or you will suffer like the possible consequences, which is scratches all over your surface. So it's very important that if this hits the ground, you throw it away and grab some more clay. So once you're done claying a surface, the next thing to do is you want to make sure to wipe off and buff off your clay lube. The last step you do before moving on to another surface of the car is to verify your work using the plastic bag. And I can feel no contaminants on this paint. It is completely clean and completely bump free. So now we finished this part of the hood. The next step is to move to the rest of the car, doing them section by section. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please push that like button or even subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one. If you really enjoyed it, hit that share button. Really helps my channel grow and I would definitely appreciate it. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a good day. And in the meantime, let's dance.